Drunk women solving crime.
Through the fog, step forth the trusty hogs. Yeah, you're gonna give them your problems and they will solve.
Solving crime. Drunk women solving crime.
Trust the trusty hogs or maybe not.
Welcome to Drunk Hogs, the podcast mashup. The podcast mashup, guys, for which the world has yearned.
What?
I love it.
Did you know we were calling it Drunk Hogs? I felt like that came from
Yes,
you.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
we did.
okay.
We're good with Drunk Hogs.
What was the voice? That's what I want to know.
Hogs.
I totally understand the inclination.
Oh, I can't not Drunk Hogs.
Try and say drunk hogs in a normal accent.
It sounds like Cletus in the
Hogs.
Drunk Hogs. Okay,
Yeah,
fine. You
yeah,
know what?
yeah,
I
see?
apologize.
I think it
There
sounds
you
great.
Sounds good. Sounds like what we're about.
Exactly. Well, so listen, I'm Taylor Glenn, and with Hannah George, we are a true crime comedy podcast, Drunk Women Solving Crime. And with us today, oh my God, it's the fantastic Trusty Hogs. Please welcome comedians Helen Bauer and Catherine Bohart!
Well, don't be clapping too much, Helen, because well, how the other half live.
Oh, I knew
I'll
this was
tell
gonna
you
happen.
what, they've got beautiful coasters, they've got muffs with their names on, in the same studio as us. Do you know what it reminds me of? When my mother used to get her nose in the neighbour's house and they'd have an extension. And she'd go home to my dad and be like, wait till you see what we could have. Oh my God, what the house could be. And I feel like that today. I feel like I've seen the extension. I know what the house could look like now, and I feel horrified.
Catherine, we have coasters.
But they don't have Trusty Hogs on them.
Well, they do. They were made by listeners. They're ceramic.
Yeah, but they're not. Yeah, but
Oh my God.
okay, yeah.
I know.
Well,
We
no.
paid for these ourselves.
Yeah,
I think it might just be the muff.
But this has their faces on. But muffs are the most important thing to me. You know I'm gay. Are you not listening? Come on.
Would you like a muff with your name on it?
I freaking love a muff with my name
We
on
need
it.
to-
And
well,
I'd like
we
one
need
for
to
my
make this
microphone, am I
happen
right?
then.
I'm so sorry. I am sorry.
So we've had both of you guys on the podcast, but I was realizing it was both weird lockdown situations because you did a remote recording
Yes.
when it was like the deep dark days of lockdown.
And I was living alone getting drunk. So I'm sure I sounded totally normal.
You were in a bad way that year. You were mad.
Not my finest hour.
No,
Oh,
not
really?
good.
Thrilled to be here and well. Thank you for having me back.
Oh, good.
We felt we had to.
Yeah, it's kind of you to let me do that again. Yeah.
It's sort of the like, she's okay now
Yeah,
episode.
she made it, man.
She's all right.
She's right,
She came out the other side. And then you did a live show, but we weren't allowed to have an audience.
I was at the Clapham Grand with you guys on stage to no one.
To no one.
That
We
felt
played
good.
to no one.
In the biggest room ever. What?
It was
We
weird.
fucking smashed it, didn't we?
Did we? I don't remember.
We don't
was
know,
were we
do we?
drinking?
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we may have doubled down on it for the sake of there being no audience.
I think
and then
we
like
did.
I started like hearing laughter and you were like, no. And I was like, no, people are loving it. And they weren't. And then, that was it. It was amazing.
I have also done one in Edinburgh.
Oh.
oh my god, of course.
Yeah, I've done one in
So
Edinburgh.
you've done live with people,
Avec audience.
which is
I
pretty
have.
exciting.
I have. That was a real thrill.
How was it?
That's
How
Yeah,
did it
huge.
feel?
Like-
Huge. It really makes sense of the seats.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? You think, oh, that's what those are. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's for. Yeah, nice.
It feels better when there's a body on them. Yeah, that's good.
A body.
A
Jesus,
body.
okay. Yeah, no.
Well, they're bodies.
I know, yeah, just in the context
Bodies on seats. Are you
Yeah.
embarrassed about your body, Hannah?
of... Oh, well, yeah, obviously.
You should be.
Yeah,
I'd say
come
every
on.
woman should be. And that for everyone listening as well.
Yes.
Be
gross.
ashamed.
100%.
They're disgusting.
Yeah, it's
Cesspit.
fucking rotten down there.
And if you think you've got a nice body, put your finger on your belly button and smell that, because that's fucking rough. I'll say it. It is bad down there.
Right there.
Don't do it right now, because it's really bad.
Do you know what?
Go on.
I would never just share this out of nowhere, except I've been listening to you guys. And
Just clean your belly
you
button.
talk about it all. You talk about it all. I love
Oh,
it. You
sorry.
have no filter and it's beautiful. So I used to have a navel piercing.
Nice.
Ew! Okay, right. Two such different ways.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's been out for like 12 years.
Thank God.
But it was sore.
I think they're cool.
Oh, I'd probably put it back in if I could, but again,
Yeah, I think they're
it's
cool.
an old, sad little tunnel.
Yeah.
But
I bet
listen,
you.
it got sore the other day, so I squeezed it.
Oh no, that's disgusting.
And I found out that you're supposed to do that like once a year to clean it out.
What came out? Take your time.
I would never talk about this, but I'm like, Helen, this is a Helen story.
I hate this. If it helps, I hate
Just
this.
it was
As a
dry. It was
counterpoint.
like a dry worm. Came
Oh.
out. Yeah.
Like crust.
I can't
Or
believe this is
dried
how he's
sushi
Stop
done.
crust.
it! Stop
Okay,
it! I
whoa.
hate you. This is
Next time, picture for Helen.
You're
Okay.
ruining the lovely extension. Jesus. Oh my God, they have us round on their new furniture. No, but truly what I'll say is this, just wash your belly buttons.
I do.
No, not enough if that's the issue you're having.
Old piercings are weird though. Like they just sit there.
I
and
have
they're
a
like,
lot of piercings.
"Ooh."
Mine are all clean.
But they're still going. Like if you take them out, I didn't know that was a thing that you had to like.
I
clean
have
the
old
tunnel.
nipple piercings and they're fine.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm just a filthy.
I think
Yeah.
you might. Have you considered
No.
that you might be a rat bag? Yeah.
Do you know what? My belly button smelled fine, just to feedback, guys.
Did you just do it just now?
I just did it and I sort of took myself away, had a little sniff.
That's the beauty of dungarees. You can just get right
you
in
can
there.
just get right in. And
Yeah.
it really, I mean, you can do that with a t-shirt.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
true.
handsome. Well, I could get in there.
Yeah.
Like, no worries.
Do you know what? It's because normally I like wear jumpsuits or dresses, so I forgot that there were other
You
clothes.
can get access.
There's no
We're
point of
separate.
access on a
For
jumpsuit.
me, the worst smell that
Yeah.
comes from me
Go
is
on.
if I've
No,
used...
I hate this.
Ass.
This is
ass.
all Helen's
Is it
fault.
ass? It's ass.
Helen,
You
Helen
can't
has brought
blame her
this
for
up.
all of this.
Yes,
Because
we
you
can.
think about how that sentence started. No question. For me,
Thank you, Catherine. That was really. You know what? That
Did
was.
someone say
my
belly
client
button?
rests. No, but go on. Tell us your disgusting
Somebody say
story.
something horrible.
That's
No,
fine.
it's just that if I use a dental floss between my teeth, the back teeth, pull it out, sniff it.
Yeah.
Why would you sniff it?
Disgusting. I don't know.
Because we're dogs. We're curious.
Yeah.
You want to
We're
know what
not
the smell?
dogs.
We are. Well, humans come from dogs
No.
and monkeys, but also dogs. You know.
No.
We haven't proven that yet.
That's why we like dogs.
Yeah.
Also, sorry, what dog flosses and then smells it? Like, what are you talking about?
Us.
No,
Yeah.
stop it.
I'm the dog in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it smells... Ooh.
Maybe.
Why
Do you
accidentally
floss
go on a
daily?
male podcast? What's happening? This is horrid.
But when men do that on their podcast and discuss these smells, it's just because they're like grim and like. "Ugh." When we do it, it's kind of feminism because we're sort of being like, it's okay that you don't smell like flowers and talcum powder. It's okay that you are a bit of a minger.
No, it's not. You need to wash and you need to floss more often, if I may. You're
It
going to want to
hurts,
floss
doesn't
more
it?
regularly.
It does
floss more
hurt.
regularly.
It sort of does and it doesn't because I need to hear it.
Yeah. Thank
So,
you.
no, thank
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you.
I'm gonna look after. See, you've already solved 2 problems. She's gonna look after her teeth better. I'm gonna look after my belly butter.
Please.
Your belly butter.
Well, it
Well,
was a
it
bit
sounds
like
like a
belly
sort
butter.
of belly butter,
It
yeah.
does actually, yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a video of a spot I pecked to my ear. I'll send it. You're gonna lose your mind. You'll love it.
I'm excited. Something to do on the train home. So what we're gonna do?
Books. Just read a book.
She doesn't get it. She doesn't get it.
Read a book. We're gonna do a little crime. We're gonna do a little crime
We're so
section
excited.
because we solve crime. You solve problems. We're gonna do all of that today. But in the
excited.
crime, I wanted something that related because I thought we're really all kind of heroes, sure, but also like agony ants, right? Which is a very British term. I had to learn that when I moved over here. It's the first thing I learned. Biscuit and then agony ant.
Is it on the citizenship test?
It is.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm not a citizen. I don't want to take the test.
It's so hard. It's all Tudors. Why?
So scary. It is all about because my
people are
brother
fucking
took it.
obsessed
He
with
lives over
Tudors.
here. He's more motivated than I am.
Yeah.
And he was just like, fucking tutors.
But
Isn't
I
that
could
weird?
take you to Hampton Court Palace for the day, and you'll learn so much, and you'll love it.
Okay.
It's amazing.
It is a good day out.
It's a really good day
Yeah.
out.
I've been.
My
There's a-
parents have been twice and I've never been. Isn't that crazy?
I think it's crazy that we say it's in London. Please go on with your crime. We're so excited.
It's within the oyster zone. It's within the oyster zone. It is. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't
Sorry,
do that.
It is
I'm a
pretty
tired
far.
tourist. 13 years
pretty
in,
far.
I'm like, I'm not going that far.
Yeah, she was really moody at the Shrek adventure.
It's true. I thought it was a bad time. Go on. Sorry, go on.
No, not at all. So I've got the details of a case. I will be asking you questions. We'll see. But the first question is this. It's just a little fun fact. Do you guys know when the first agony ant column was printed? What would you guess?
Whoa.
Helen is straight up with a hand.
1486.
Wow. Okay.
That's early.
Just a
a
guess, but it
long
feels good.
time
It
ago.
feels good.
I'd have gone closer to like 1920s.
Okay.
Is that maybe before the printing press? Did you say it was printed? I don't want to be a twat.
I didn't hear the word printed in my
Did you say
defense.
printed?
Printed, yeah.
Did I? Yes, I did.
Okay.
Yes, I did.
Well, define printing. You know?
Put in ink on paper?
I'd like to say 1892 then.
1892, 1920s.
I'm gonna go 14.
Oh, yeah.
25.
Nice. Oh, well,
When
first
was the
of
printing
all,
press?
I don't know actually.
You made such a big call, like you knew when it was.
I did. It was only because I watched Inside the Factory the other day when they were binding books, and I was
You
like,
still watching Greg Wallace stuff?
no,
Fascinating.
it's Paddy McGuinness now.
Well, then you're off the hook. Well, then let's hear about when the printing press was. Well, then this crime isn't a crime anymore. You can take that off the docket.
This is going to be a long episode, y'all.
Amanda's looking at printing press.
1440!
Then her guest stands.
I'm so sorry, Helen. I was right. I was deliberately being a
I
twat
thought
there.
You were being a
That's
real
what you're
bitch. That was
What?
bitchy.
Your first guess was the closest.
No, sorry.
Because it
fucking
was.
hate women. Sorry.
It was.
No, that's fair.
That's
fair.
and that's why we've mashed up our podcast.
Yeah.
It's just
to hate
all
each other.
four of us
stir up
hate
a
women.
hatred of women. Yeah, that's what we're aiming for. 1691.
Shut the fuck up. I am so
That's not
smart.
close. Fuck off.
It's the closest.
It was closer than
She said
1900.
Don't point your
And then
finger
I
at
said
me, you
14.
fucking slut. Sorry.
No, it's true. I think she just had a baby.
That got really fucking violent.
much.
I did it once and hated it.
How was it though? Like, are you sure you did it right? Like, do you know that? Like, did you feel it? No, I mean, if I go, sex.
I'm just editing as I go.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah.
No surprise, it was actually an Agony uncle. It was a
Of
man at
course it
first.
was.
It was a
Okay.
32-year-old printer and bookseller called John Dunton, and he was having an affair. And he realized that there was nobody he could talk to for advice without revealing his identity. So he launched a newspaper for the sole purpose of asking for people's dilemmas and giving advice.
Did he write into himself? Like, how does that help?
Don't know. I don't know how he got help
Okay.
with the affair. I don't know what help he needed with the affair either.
No, he just wanted to tell someone.
Yeah, I think he
Yeah.
just wanted to
Well, no,
brag.
because if you just wanted to tell somebody to tell the priest, you wanted to tell somebody who wouldn't judge him.
Oh, yes.
That was a man looking for. A
Maybe he
screaming
opened
voice.
with that and wrote in anonymously and then said, like, I say keep going.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
This is a great
You deserve
thing.
it. You deserve 2 vaginas.
Yeah.
Maybe he does. We don't know. Guys. Could be really swell. Might be a lot of them to go around.
Maybe. By the 1740s, women were getting in on it. And
Ew.
that's when the yeah,
On
was
affairs or on
born.
advice?
Yeah.
On giving advice.
Okay, great.
Yep.
Oh.
And some of them were surprisingly saucy before Victorian times, and then things got really like buttoned up. But
Yeah, that
for
checks out.
instance, one of them advised a lonely woman who wrote in fearing that she was going to spend her life alone into old age. What advice do you suppose she gave to that woman in the column?
Broomstick handle.
No.
We've got broomstick handle.
Seriously?
We're like table corner. I don't know.
Yeah, table corner is what I always go for because it's just straight on the clit. I think penetrative is always like less pleasurable.
Yeah, especially with wood. I suppose.
Yeah.
Oh my
Right.
gosh, that was genuinely my first awareness of that part of my body. I'm such a prude. I'm like, that part of my body.
Your clits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was, we just don't talk this openly.
You and
I'm
every
definitely
other
like,
teenage
"Mm."
girl bumped into something.
I didn't realize that was such a universal thing though, but it was because I was in like the nerdy class in school, but they didn't have any funding for us, so it was actually a closet. It was a large closet, like a supply closet, but it was not meant for children to be in there
No, it's
learning.
meant for gays.
But they but they didn't think to get like a small table, so it was like a regular sized table and a tiny little supply closet. So I think we were all getting off on that.
Oh my
Like you'd find
God.
excuses like I need to go strip on my pants. It was amazing.
Wow.
So you're
Wow.
going broom handle. I'll go table corner.
Table corner.
What else could she rub against herself?
Well, I mean, they could also have recommended that she like take a younger lover or
yeah.
like meet a woman in a riding jacket or something. I don't know. Like
Yeah, or just kill herself.
You're gonna go.
That's what I was
Wow.
thinking as
No,
well.
it's
Maybe
not.
just
I mean,
be
she
like, it's
hasn't
not
got a
worth
husband,
it.
guys.
the
This
clue
is-
was saucy
It was
though. You
saucy.
think
Oh wait, what goes select?
I will just tell you, she told her to go down to the docks and hook a sex-starved sailor.
Oh, lovely.
Hell yes.
Kind
Get
of
yourself
love
some
it.
semen.
Kinda
Yeah.
love
Yeah, there we go. There she is. There she is.
What could go wrong with that plan? Okay,
Fabulous.
so that brings us to our crime, and it involves somebody. This is a modern crime because sometimes we go way back in time. Modern crime. Her name is Charlotte Cowles, and she is a professional advice giver. She's an advice columnist. So your question is, what do you think she gives advice on?
What era again? Now.
Modern times.
Modern time.
Right now.
She gives advice on
Sex.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go like sex and relationships.
Okay.
I think like husbandry, like animal husbandry.
Animal husbandry.
Do you know what I mean? You guys have gone for
fun.
sex. It
No,
feels
that's
like
fun.
it's
I
probably
love that. A bit of a play on words.
I
Why
forget what
not?
husbandry is.
It's
What's
like
husbandry?
it's like the.
Oh.
Isn't it that one?
Wait, isn't it mating animals, like
Well, I
breeding
thought it was
animals when
like
they're going
husbandry
extinct?
was like.
No?
Is it not the sort of helping it be born? Is
Really?
that not husbandry? No. Just keeping animals, mate.
Just
at the
keep
end
it,
of the day.
and that's how you keep
And
an
that's how
animal.
Whatever that is, I want
That
no
animal,
part of.
That
yeah.
animal will never leave you if you do that.
When you do that motion, Hannah, just for the listener at home, when you put one hand through another hand
Yep.
up to the elbow,
Yep.
what animal in your head are you entering?
That's gotta be a cow, right?
That's a
That
shit. That's a shih
feels-
tzu.
See, that's the
off.
thing, because I think a cow, you do this, don't
It makes
you?
puppets, doesn't it? You're making puppets. That's what it is. Okay.
I was thinking cow.
Cow, good to know. Thank you so much.
I'm so sorry I talked about my navel. I can't believe it. I didn't even.
Are you holding on to that? You gotta let it go. This
I
is
just
how she
hadn't
gets
shared it
you.
with anybody yet, and I needed to tell somebody that this happened.
Now you've told all of us.
Now I've told everyone.
And I hated it. Go on.
I know.
I
know.
forgive you.
I liked it.
I know. And I don't know.
I'm indifferent if it helps.
It's cool. She is a financial advisor.
Okay.
Women can do that?
They can.
So wait, what's her name again?
Charlotte Cowles, and
Okay.
she writes for the New York Magazine, so she's an American.
Good for
Okay.
her.
But just a couple years back, guys, Charlotte was the victim of a crime.
Oh no.
And that's what we're going to talk about today. So one day, Charlotte receives a pretty unconvincing phone call from somebody who says there's been some unusual transactions on your account. Your next question is, where did they call her? Where did the caller say that they were calling from? Where did the caller
Italy.
say? Yes.
Is that the accent?
No, it's
No.
not. It's not at all.
I mean, I guess from her bank,
Okay.
I suppose.
Okay.
Or did they say they were calling from like the White House? And like sometimes people are like, I am that important.
Okay.
So that's what that was.
An old folks' home based on the voice you were doing?
No, that was
Is that-
Italian.
That's just Taylor's voice.
Oh, shit.
No. What was
I
that?
mask the rest of the time, and it's exhausting. They said that they were calling from Amazon. They said there's some really weird charges on your Amazon account, but they didn't do a good job at it. So she went, oh, this must be a scam. Sure enough, she checks her Amazon account. There's no strange transactions. But then, a few days later, Charlotte gets another call. Now, this time, it was somebody who seemed very legit, very official.
Was it a man?
It was a man.
Right,
Hannah,
okay.
that's the answer.
Yes,
That's the
straight
answer.
away.
They said you've been the victim of extensive identity theft, and the call that you received a couple days ago was part of that scam.
Oh, my God.
But we've got terrible news. They have stolen your identity. They're poised to steal all of your money, so we need to act quickly. Where did this person claim to be calling from?
The Bank of America.
The Bank of America.
Was that right?
No.
Oh,
I just
I believe it is a thing,
That
isn't
was
it?
cool.
that would
the Bank of America, that's the thing.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is a thing. Yeah.
because they're not very creative over there, so they just go Bank of America.
We call our cheese American cheese.
Yeah, exactly.
and-
You do that with a lot of things.
What's
It's so weird. White House.
Social security? Social security
Ooh, okay.
office?
Good.
Maybe?
Good.
FBI.
Ooh.
You're closer.
CIA. So competitive, the
Yeah.
pair of us.
We're at pub quiz level. Let's go. CIA.
Oh my
Sorry,
God,
we're
you
both
guys.
type A's. That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's amazing. CIA. Indeed, they said we are the
Are
CIA.
you turned on a bit by getting that right at the same
Also,
time?
do you know what it made me think of? Have you watched that Gabby Petito documentary on Netflix?
No.
No.
No one's watched it
Oh,
yet.
the girl in the camper van with the guy?
Yes.
No, but heard a podcast
Okay,
about it.
it's excellent. Would recommend it to watch, but also, and this isn't why you should watch the story of a victim be brought to life in a very beautiful way, but also sidebar, they feature an FBI agent who is so hot, and they've given her a fake name, and it's like Loretta Bush, which is so funny. She's like,
No, they
it's
didn't.
so funny, and you
Stop
Google
it.
her, and it's just like, Google's basically like, listen, you fucking lesbians, you can't find her because it's obviously a fake name because she's in the FBI. Can you all just watch the fucking documentary for what it's supposed to be, you horny whores?
Oh my God, they know the exact minutes
Google
that
is
you're
like,
in. Pause.
because you have to be like, sorry.
I would love it if that was the Google response. Oi, lesbian,
really
stop
is.
it. It's embarrassing.
Genuinely, it is. That is literally the.
Reddit.
I swear to God, it's just like, will you stop? But anyway, that's what that reminded me of. CIA, here we are. I'm back with you.
No, that was incredible. They freaked Charlotte out. This is a smart woman, right? But they
Yeah.
were so convincing, and they freaked her out. Little bit about Charlotte. She's a single mom. She had a young daughter at the time. They know everything about her: her address, place of birth, social security number, her child's name and date of birth. Just all this personal
Yikes.
stuff. And they're conducting themselves in such a way, especially contrasted with that first call that was
Clever.
shitty,
Yeah.
that she gets roped in, right? They
Oh,
continue to call her over the next couple days, and they're like, we need to act quickly. Charlotte, they're going to go after your savings. We know that you have significant life savings, don't you? She says yes. And they said they're going to get to it. The safest thing to do is what?
Move
Transfer
into
it to this account.
Transfer it to this account. Yeah, to this cat. Transfer it to this cat.
Oh my God! Yeah, the safety cat. I got you. It's like a piggy bank, but it's for big girl
Shut the
savings.
fuck up. Could you imagine how good that
The
would be?
CIA has a savings cat. Yeah, it's cool. No, go on. Sorry.
Meow.
Yeah, you can see that cat, can't you? Like a bit obese, like really nice big chin, like a little
Cute.
top hat that has a dollar sign on it. Like,
Oh my
meow. Meow.
Nothing would surprise me.
Okay, so she does it? Question mark.
Well, the question is, what do they advise her to do with this money? So transfer it to another
Just
account.
spend all of
Just
it.
spend it.
That'd
Just
be
go on a
fucking great.
spree.
Well, they want to be able to access it, so I assume they are saying to put it into a safe account.
Like
Okay.
bonds, like a safe account bonds that they can
Yeah.
then remove.
Yeah,
it.
like a holding account kind of thing.
Yeah. You guys are really good at this.
We're very
All
smart.
be
We've all
real
been scammed
detectives.
several times. Yeah, put it into
Have
like
you?
a bonds. No.
I have been telephone scammed once.
Well, you shared that, right?
Yeah,
I remember that,
last
yes.
I
time.
loved that story.
And they were
It's
like,
such a fucking nightmare. And the reason I finally figured out, like an hour into this call, that I was being scammed was he went, Catherine is such a beautiful name. And I thought,
Oh.
no, it's not. Like, it's fine.
It's pretty, but it is a
It's
classic.
not an exceptionally beautiful
Yeah.
name. And I thought, what a weird thing to say to me now.
Did you lose anything?
No, thankfully, but
Thank
I did have to go
God.
to the Apple store and sort of admit what had happened, and then a sort of 25-year-old man just sort of looked at me like, no, don't worry, it happens to loads of people. And I was like, are any of those people under 65? And he was like, I can't say that to you.
Poor
and I was like, yeah,
Catherine.
really embarrassing stuff. Awful when you go into the Apple Genii bar and it's just
They're
like,
not geniuses.
no, but
They're
I was
not
such a dumb
geniuses.
fuck that they seemed like they were.
Yeah. But they're not like.
I know.
I mean, they might
It's
know
just
how
an
to use an Apple
AirText
product, but their
t-shirt.
social skills are fucking zero.
I
I'm
agree.
smarter than that socially, and that's what matters.
Yeah,
That's
and
what
she
I have to
says
keep
that to
telling-
them. She goes in there
Yeah.
every day just to say,
Yeah.
oi.
Hey, fuckos.
Yeah, my job doesn't call me a genius, but at least I got social smarts. Now, how do I turn this on?
Literally. That's all of us going in there being like, we've had birthday parties, but how do I log into this?
I have loads of friends at school.
Yeah.
No,
And is
they're
it like
sweet
an
boys.
on-off thing? And they are boys. Sorry, go on. Okay, so they tell her to do this.
I've already blown on it several times. So. Well,
Why is it worse? Because of the American accent.
You know why.
I blew on it.
I blow on it. That will not work.
Hogs. They told her to withdraw all of the money in cash as soon as possible,
boy.
because that would be the safest thing. They're like, don't transfer it. They may ask for details like that. Just get it out in cash.
So they can burgle her house?
Well, they took it a step further. This is where it gets so silly. What did they tell her to do with the cash?
oh no, like bury it in a desert or some shit, right?
No.
It's
Okay.
got to
No.
be something like that.
Put it in her car or
Mm-hmm.
somewhere they can access easily.
You're along the right lines with that,
I
actually.
A safety deposit box? Not a
Like a
safety
public
deposit box.
transport? Like leave it on a train?
What? No, that doesn't make any sense. Why
Like-
would she leave it on a train?
Leave like so then because everyone they could be on the same carriage of the train. So then as soon as she gets
But
off,
that
leaving
doesn't
her
make any
bag
sense
there.
to her. She wouldn't be like, why would she think she was leaving it on the
I don't know.
train?
Everyone was guessing, Catherine. I wanted to join in.
sorry.
She wants to be part of it.
Was it to meet a CIA agent and give it to them?
Well, It's ridiculous. It's not any more ridiculous than that, to be honest.
Yeah,
Because at
fuck
this
you.
point, it is.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm having just one coffee in the morning, and I'm
And
not
also,
doing
we
well
should
with it.
really be honest about our dynamic, even if it is on somebody else's podcast, and that is it. So
They need
go
to know
on.
what to expect.
We are
yeah,
here
you're
alone.
selling yourselves. You don't want to sell a false version.
100%. Yeah,
of you.
100%. And at least
So-
once in our podcast, one of us will turn to the other and say,
Fuck you.
Fuck
Fuck
you.
you. That's healthy.
Thank
That's
you.
good.
I think it's healthy.
That's why I
Yeah.
told the belly button story, was just to show our listeners how you each respond. Hannah's leaving.
Yeah,
Sorry.
your co-host just left.
Bye.
We don't have a good enough dinner. We don't.
You have such a
She
natural.
needs water.
I need water. Any
That's
more
fair.
water for yourself?
Hannah
Alright,
has
thank
to be
you.
nice to me because I'm so fragile. Like I just can't. If she bantered that hard with me, I'd be like, oh my god.
It would be the end of the podcast.
I would
Yeah.
just,
Aw.
I would fall apart.
I've really become robust at this stage, I think.
That's so healthy.
Yeah.
We're getting
That's
stronger.
good.
Yeah.
You are getting stronger.
Because we have lots of milk.
Wait, so where did she leave the money?
Sorry.
I'm desperate to know.
They told her to put it in a box, seal that box, and meet at a specific location.
Oh, no.
Wait, don't know what the location is. Don't freak out. It might be a Pizza
She,
Hut. Where do they go?
it's just a car park.
No.
And
no,
she was told
no.
that there would be a certain make of car there, and that she should put the money
Oh, I'm
in
devastated
the box,
for her. I'm devastated for her. I hope
in
she
the
doesn't do it.
trunk of the car, the boot of the car.
Oh, I'm so devastated for her.
awful.
She's gonna blame herself so bad when her kid doesn't have a college fund.
So, did I tell you the amount yet?
No.
It was $50,000.
No.
That's like 2 nights in an American hospital. She needs that.
She needs
oh
it.
fuck, she needs that.
She can only stay for one after the brain surgery.
Sorry,
Does
this is
she do
devastating.
it? She does put the money in the box. She tapes it up. It's a shoe box, because what other kind of box
At
is it
some
be?
point, it hits you surely that this is mental.
Also, isn't it mental that like $50,000, you just imagine that to be like a fucking safe full of money, and then actually it's a shoebox size
Yeah.
money. Do you know what I mean? It sounds like so
I
much.
think when I moved to London, I would have imagined it as a safe full, and now I think of it as a sort of like a tiny bit of sand, like a sort of dust speck. I feel like
But it's because we don't see money anymore. It's all just
Yeah.
like numbers on your phone and an account. Like you don't.
But also,
it's-
everyone acts like
Yeah.
if you're like, oh, we want to try to buy a flat, we have 500 grand. Everyone like laughs in your face, and you're like, oh, okay. I guess £500,000 means nothing
nothing.
here.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so no, you're right.
Nothing.
But putting myself in the context of I've saved all this money up. This is incredibly stressful. You would expect it to be more than a shoebox. You're right.
You would just
Yeah,
just
you
get it
spent
all
your
out in
entire
ones.
life.
I would have done.
Yeah.
Just so I could kind of throw it around for a bit and then I pop it in. Do you know what I mean? Just
Well,
on a
we
bed.
don't-
like a
Absolutely.
taxidermy bear filled with cash. Sort of
Yeah.
like
Well, this
Yeah.
is
a bit
all
more
she's chosen
intriguing.
to share about the story, so we don't know if she did like a Scrooge McDuck and swam
Yes,
around
I
in
hope
it.
she did.
Yes.
Maybe.
Before she lost it forever.
Yeah.
Shame.
Oh, God,
We
I
don't
hope she didn't
know.
give it. Okay.
Well, she does do it.
Oh,
She drives there, and again, she's just, when she tells the story, she's like, I was out of my mind at this point. Like, I had no rationale. I was afraid to talk to anybody about it. I didn't trust anybody because they were so good at
Yeah.
just planting that fear and knowing so much about her. And, she was
putting
scared for
time
her
pressure
daughter.
on. Putting
Yes.
time pressure on of like.
Yeah. And they said, trust us. This is how we catch them. We've got to get that
And
that
saying,
money
like,
in
yeah.
hand. And then she's like, "Ooh," you know, you trust the authority, right?
Oh man.
Ugh.
The
So-
problem is, how does she ever give financial advice again? You've screwed your career after this.
I forgot she was.
She's a
Sorry,
financial
that's my worry. It's like, it's awful that's happened to her, but it's particularly awful that's happened to her because it's like both bad that she loses her 50 grand and her reputation.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
quite funny though, isn't it? Like, no, it's
Yeah,
not.
obviously,
Oh,
no, it is funny, but like, go on.
Right, okay, but we're not laughing at it now.
No,
We're not. We're
Sorry.
we're laughing.
we'll do that later.
Okay, but
And
off record.
Once the tension's relieved, we will.
Okay.
We'll laugh.
Well, so she gets to the car park, she gets it out. There's the car that they described. The boot is open. She puts it in. She shuts it. And she's expecting something else to happen after that. And the car just drives away.
No.
And that's the moment she went, fuck. It just hit her. She was like, oh my God, I'm an idiot. I cannot believe I just did that. I just gave away all my money in a shoebox.
Whoa.
I'm going to go write my financial column.
Whoa.
I know.
Call the police immediately. You've just put it in a car. You've got the car's description.
She does.
Yeah,
She does.
immediately.
Oh God! Oh God! I actually feel so sick.
I know. It's it's crazy.
The good news is you're in the UK and you cannot get out that amount of money.
Also, good news is I have OCD. You think I'm keeping a shoebox that's empty? It's gone. It's been flat packed, recycled. Please, come on. Jeez, give me a
There are
break.
no boxes available.
I'd lend you a box if you were getting scammed.
But at some point, I do think you'd be like, "What for?" And I'd be like, "Oh, just gonna give a random guy in a car park all my money." And you'd be like,
I'll
"Do
come with
Do
you.
you want to get coffee?"
Let's go together. It's
Yeah.
not safe to meet him alone.
Your issue would be like, "You're going on a date with a man."
What do you want the box to look like?
No, but go on. Sorry.
Well, no, I mean that almost brings us to the end because sadly there's not a great deal of justice in this case. She gave the numbers, but the car had been stolen. They couldn't trace it that far. You know, it was like a rental car. They never found these people who
She
did
didn't get
it.
her money back.
She didn't get her money back.
Fuck. At least if they do it like online out of your account, often you can get the money back, right? There's some
Sometimes,
kind
There's
of
insurance for traceability and
there's
redaction.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
but
I've
if you
heard
withdraw
that
it in
people
cash,
can.
and that's exactly why they wanted to withdraw it in cash.
Oh.
They knew what they were doing. They prayed. I know. I know.
I don't wanna
Now
victim
a lot
blame,
hit her later, and I think it's so brave that went
Yes.
public with this,
It's
and she
definitely-
decided
Yeah.
to because she knows how bad it sounds. Like, I'm this financial columnist,
Mm-hmm.
and I can fall for this. I can get suckered into it. And actually, after
Also,
she
the
shared
subject
it,
of fraud is not the person who should be blaming themselves for fraud. Like, it's
No,
absolutely,
exactly.
it's crap. Okay, it's very easy to be like, oh, why did I fall for this? But like, ultimately, why on
Yeah.
earth did someone do that to you? Like,
Yeah.
it should be the question. That's awful.
absolutely. And I think until you're there, because I was picturing being on the phone and someone rattling off information about my daughter, I'm like, I'd be dead. Like, I would probably
Yeah.
do anything they asked. As
Yeah.
soon as you just pull at the right string,
Yeah.
of vulnerability,
Yeah.
like, oh. So anyway, so she phones it. A lot of things hit her later, and she felt very foolish. Something in particular really had her kicking herself. Why was it strange that these people claimed to be CIA? Why doesn't that make sense?
Because,
Besides the obvious that why is the CIA
because
calling
they
you,
don't
but
do financial crime.
Oh, is that?
It's not their department.
No.
It's not their department, and anybody that watches TV should actually know that. They deal with
Get her,
international.
Taylor,
I'm
get
joking,
her.
I'm joking. I was just
You
trying
know
on
what-
the
wait,
sack.
Do you have a
watch TV?
television, or do you have to sell it after you lost all your savings, you stupid bitch?
Don't you watch series?
No, that's very tough.
They deal with international safeguarding issues, like high-level military stuff. So FBI would have been a more sensible thing
Yeah.
for. They took
And
a
I
chance.
said that first, and I
We
want us all
did.
to remember that.
We were thinking Federal Bureau. That makes more sense for
I feel like I'd be
crime.
less likely, for some reason, less likely to believe the FBI than CIA.
Because of the female body inspector thing. I have the exact same thing. When it was
Exactly.
FBI, my first thought is lads in those t-shirts in Camden, female body
It
inspector.
does
and I
feel like a
cannot
more
get past
made-up
it.
agency than the CIA. It does. It does. It's like a bit like like when someone says FBI, you do think like Men in Black. It's like
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
sure, that's a real thing. If
It
you say
does
so,
feel
like,
very
yeah.
fake, actually.
Yeah.
That's a good
100%.
point.
Yeah.
100%.
I wonder if I'd fall for CIA, because I wouldn't immediately go like, but you only deal with high-level international security issues. Like, I wouldn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If the CIA say they're calling you and they sound legit,
Because
you're
they
gonna
don't
believe
call
them.
anybody. So you'd be like, you really are calling me.
Yeah.
So yeah, the scammers have never been caught, but she's gone public with this, and it's actually brought a lot of other high-level entertainers in the U.S. coming out. It's been this sort of like, I was scammed too. So there's been all these
That's
articles
good.
of like, yeah, people that are no longer embarrassed to say, yeah, I was a victim of this, and this is what you should look out for. So it started a healthy conversation, and Charlotte is still saving up her money now.
Oh,
She'll be okay. She does well. She's all right.
She'll
She
be
writes a
all right.
column.
Hopefully she can,
fine.
like, that story will help recoup some of the money that she lost. Do you know what I mean?
I doubt it, but maybe selling it maybe a little bit. But yikes, that's tough. I will say that I listen to a lot of scam pods. That's
Okay.
a real genre of interest for me.
Oh, okay.
And I do power of the crime is the shame. It's like
Yeah.
the likelihood that you will report it is so small, and that when you get into that situation, you will be shamed by the police officers or your like immediate family or whatever is so helpful to the criminal. So like we really shouldn't pile on that. But at the same time, it's hard not to be like you genuinely were like, okay, I see the 10-mile-an-hour sign in the car park. This is where I pull in and give away everything I've ever owned. It is stressful, but like yeah, we just can't layer on the shame, but fuck, it gives me hives because I'm like, imagine.
Oh, I know, it's awful,
Yeah.
and I can completely see myself falling for it.
Well, a little
That's
bit,
why
'cause
I
if
thought
the-
it was interesting, because I was like, it does sound so stupid, but
Yeah, because the alternative is you ignore it, it's legit, and then you lose all your money. That's what they're threatening you
Yeah.
with. So
Yeah.
it's like, we have to do something.
Yeah.
To do nothing is to...
And who do you call in that situation?
Exactly,
Like,
to
who
say,
do
is this
you
a
call?
scam?
right,
Yeah.
FBI, we now know.
Yes.
The FBI.
the
You call the
real.
FBI.
The female body
FBI.
inspector.
Thank God, thank God, she's a single mother. Can you imagine?
It's
how having to
1-800
tell your
body
husband
yaddy
that?
yaddy.
What?
I'm saying thank God she's a single mom. Can you imagine having to go home and explain that to your husband?
And it's
I'd
his
rather
money,
be
rightly.
a single mother. Fucking hell. Jesus. Thank God you only have a daughter to answer to. Christ on a wife. Yikes.
Fucking hell.
That's
So
that's
yeah,
hellish. Wow.
that's
tough
our
stuff.
that's
Whoa.
our crime.
Bloody hell.
Thank
That's
you for telling us
devastating.
that. We're in a really
Yeah.
good space now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're all on edge.
It's funny because we're also sure of what we would do in that situation or like how we feel about it. What about if I gave you a problem from one of the hogs? Would we be so sure then? Shall we find out?
I'm excited.
Let's find out. Okay, here we go.
Wait, I should preface this by saying, like, sometimes the problem is bigger than what we can solve. If you listen to Trusty Hogs, you will know this. So all we can do is do our best.
Now, I feel confident that this is going to change someone's life.
I can usually solve it in one sentence, though, that
Okay,
being
that's
said.
That's
not
very
true.
responsible that
That's
you
not
even
true.
have a disclaimer. We're just
The
like, we can
disclaimer-
solve any crime.
The disclaimer is that your listeners want a free bottle of wine or a coaster, and ours want, we'll be honest, cheap therapy.
Right.
And we do our best.
Right.
We do our best.
I
Hey,
love that you
guys.
get follow-ups, though. Like, you get to
Oh,
hear
yeah,
how
we
your
get
voice
updates. It's
landed.
heaven on earth. It's heaven on
Amazing.
earth. It's so
Amazing.
good. Well, you said that we always get positive updates, and I just can't fathom that everything we've ever recommended has been a good idea. But maybe we just don't hear from the ones whose lives we've destroyed.
I've never thought. Do you reckon Andrew, our producer, is like filtering them out, the negative
Oh, he
ones?
100%
Like,
Yeah.
is.
oh my god, he is.
Yeah, I think
100%.
so.
He's
course
like,
he
wait,
is.
they can't handle this.
Yeah.
Another problem solved. Well done, girlie.
Yeah. Nothing's wrong with you. Thank you, Andrew.
If you ever see on the news of people that have killed their entire family, that's something to do with you, I reckon.
Seriously,
Probably.
I'd
I
like to
knew
put
it.
it-
I fucking knew that wasn't an intrusive thought.
We were like, just go to the car park. It's fine.
Dress up
Listen to
warm.
the
You
CIA.
never know.
CIA knows best.
Oh my god, yes. Genuinely.
Make the noise.
But wait, are you going to have to open the boot with that amount? Anyway, I'd like to put a disclaimer on this, which is that I've not written this problem myself, I swear to you. Dear Trusty Hogs, I'm a 35-year-old bisexual woman with a history of disastrous relationships.
Here we go.
I'm 36, it's not from me. When I was 19, I entered into a toxic relationship with a controlling and possessive 40-year-old man and even moved to New Zealand for him.
Too far, too big of an age gap.
He was incredibly emotionally manipulative and cheated on me multiple times during what ended up being a 5-year-long relationship.
Oh, that sucks ass.
I eventually left him and moved back to the UK after an incredibly explosive fight during which he was violent. Trigger warning, this is very intense.
What's the initial?
This is from, it's a great question, thank you for asking. Can I see the initial? Not, oh, W. This is from W.
Hi, W.
Can we edit out that bit where I mumble around and we say, this is from W.
Hi, W.
Hi, W. Wow. So, I didn't enter into another relationship until I was 30 with a friend I'd known since university. That makes total sense. A 6-year break seems like you deserved your youth. That seems fair.
Yeah.
We bought a flat together and were even engaged for 2 months until I found out she had slept with her ex-girlfriend. This relationship ended when I was 32. I absolutely love that even amidst all this tragedy, lesbians will lesbian. They got engaged and bought a flat in the space of 2 years. Yes, Dykes, yes! Don't let anybody slow you down.
They bloody love picking colours on the
We
deluxe card.
love commitment.
Look at Zofia there in the corner, just slowly
Is that a
nodding.
Pharaoh and Bull
Yeah.
filler we could have turned by B&Q? Let's do this thing. Okay, I love it.
I'm broken, but let's go plant shopping.
Yes. Sure, really, we're a mess. But we're a mess in a king size. Right, so I spent a very long time after this thinking that there was something fundamentally wrong with me. and that that made my partners cheat. I truly believed that I was utterly unlovable and true love and happiness were not things I deserved. I was also incredibly isolated during this period as me and my ex-fiancé shared the same friend group and it was incredibly painful to hang out with them.
lesbian thing.
and everything that had happened was looming over our heads. However, I am very happy to say that I am now in a much better place.
Oh.
I've bought a flat.
Yes, W.
I'm now in therapy. I've rebuilt old friendships and have let go of the ones that make me unhappy. I'm also really loving work at the moment. I'm a writer working for a London agency where I write true crime and murder mystery scripts, which are then sold to content creators for podcasts and YouTube channels. Send us the link, W.
No
Like
way!
them.
We can pay someone to do the research. Fuck me.
I really love this and I'm really creatively fulfilled by it. The job is largely remote, but I meet with other writers in London once a fortnight, and this is where I met my boyfriend, 36.
Oh,
I bet
boy.
you've met W and this boyfriend at some point.
Obsessed with that. I hope that's true.
I didn't even know that was a thing that you could get other people to like.
Yeah, W.
Well, I think I
can you
imagine they're writing
contact?
narrative ones, like when people listen to
Yeah, that's
story
what I-
form.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
doubt-
yeah.
But wow, gorgeous.
Hey, you never
gorgeous.
know.
Amazing.
So, are we all up to speed? We know the
Yeah.
full history. We're here. We are present day.
Oh, please say something doesn't happen that's terrible.
Yeah, I know, but I think all that stuff about like being massively fulfilled, owning a flat in therapy, and having a gorgeous job we got to take those as positives.
Yeah,
So
but something's about to happen.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling.
we became friends after collaborating on a project together and bonded over our twisted sense of humor and shared love of film.
Love it.
He asked me out about a month ago, and it's going very well. I have never laughed more than I have in the past month with him, and feel incredibly comfortable and respected in this relationship.
Blush.
My problem
Oh.
is that I'm unsure how to navigate talking to him about my past relationships, something that both me and my therapist have agreed is necessary, as I'm still impacted today by the emotional and physical abuse of these relationships. We have had some conversations about past relationships, and he knows about my ex-fiance, but I haven't spoken to him about the relationship I had when I was 19. Any advice you can give on this would be great. Thanks, W.
Thank you, W.
Wow.
Thank you, W.
Good for you as well.
Yeah,
Well
big old good for
done.
you.
Also, like,
Getting
I
to where
feel
you
like
are.
it's so frustrating when we give advice to people that I think are more whole than us. Like,
Yeah, this is
loving
obviously
your
objectively
job.
better adult than
Like,
us.
you met someone who makes you laugh all the time. You have flatty. Like, you're doing, good for you.
Killing it.
Yeah, crushing it.
If anything, like, it seems a little unfair that we should. Help
Why
you
are
with
you
your relationship
messaging
as
us?
Well. Yeah. No. I think. Well, what do you guys think?
I feel like, you brought this up in what makes a scam work. And I think the same thing is happening here. It's one of the most powerful emotions. It's shame.
Yeah.
I feel
agree.
like she still hasn't let go of her personal sense of shame that somehow she was at fault, that she's got this history.
Yeah.
And if she can work on that, and I hope her therapist sees that, otherwise get a better therapist.
I think they will.
You gotta work on that. Because then when you're sharing it, it's about your vulnerability and how you're going to work together in the relationship rather than a confession
Yes.
that I
think,
brought something awful upon myself.
I think that's so right. You're telling a fact. You're not relaying a confession. I think that's so right. Because how do I sort of like tell someone this thing as if it's your fault is the tenor of that. You're dead right. And that is shame. And it's definitely not your fault. You were 19. Imagine if you saw a 19-year-old even so much as trip over on the tube. You'd be like, this baby angel. Like,
No, I don't know. Like,
I
people
would.
falling, like, tripping over is a
Okay,
bit funny.
if you saw a 19-year-old a little bit drunk on a tube and you saw 40-year-old men go
Oh,
near
no,
her,
no.
you'd be in there like a fucking
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah, and I know exactly.
Yes, I would be barking up a
Fucking
storm.
Always bark.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hate it.
And so, like, I just think, like, you have to think of your 19-year-old self like you would think of that kid on a tube. And you know what else? I think
I love that you just know how to get the hypothetical right without, like, okay, Helen, this then.
this thing.
Yeah.
Are we
Oh,
with-
yeah,
Forget the
yeah.
falling. Nobody's falling.
Forget
It's not
falling,
funny.
you're laughing at them, forget that. But you know what else it is? It's like, I think, why are you telling them is a really fundamental part. And it seems like why you're telling your partner is because of of the success you want for your current relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
It's
not
so-
like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's to help you.
Yeah, it's kind of like almost like to lay the pipe for I might react in a certain way to something you do that might be innocent. It might be innocent, but I have been cheated on.
Yeah.
And I have been, there's domestic violence here. Like,
Yeah.
this has happened to me before. And I always think that that's the thing about, like, because my thought on a lot of things is like, Well, if you don't have to tell someone something that you don't want to, then just don't tell them. You know,
That's
we're
so
all
British of you.
It really is, isn't it? Repress.
Yeah, I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me, but okay.
You know what? It makes sense to me.
Yeah, of course it does.
And I think we should allow space for that.
But
okay?
I think this is a bad example of that, because I think that, you know, because you almost want to, you want to lay the pipe for things that might happen in the future, where it's a lot easier to sort of already have told someone about something that may make you react in a certain way than sort of after a huge blow up say, well, I reacted like that because I've been cheated on before and because this has happened to me before. And then after that, I feel like you almost need a little bit of pre-empathy from someone, if you see what I mean.
Oh, I totally see what you mean. I also think you're in a really bad position to explain devastating, vulnerable historical truths about yourself at the point at which you've just been triggered by something.
Yes,
like,
yeah, exactly.
I think that's like not
exactly.
the time
It's not the
to
right
say
time.
no, and it's not how to say it well. And also, like, that isn't to say that you're like you should justify bad behavior because you've been cheated on. Like, you don't want to punish this man for crimes that are not his own, but you do want him to understand your perspective, and also like to understand like why trust might be slower to come for you, why like it's so important in terms of your hierarchy of needs in a relationship, why it's like, you know, or like just like basic stuff, like where the occasional, I think sometimes you're warning your partner not to laugh at certain jokes when the telly's on, like just, you know, like, so that if I'm feeling sensitive that day, I don't want to kill you. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
you know, you're warning them on lots of fronts,
Yes.
but also like,
I think we're right with what we were saying in the beginning. Like, you're trying to destigmatize the shame of it,
Yeah.
so that you're able
Ask
to be
yourself
honest.
why you're sharing it. And I would say, you're a writer, write this down. Write what you need your partner to understand about. Used to be a therapist, guys. No big
Yes,
deal.
you did.
Just busting
Wait,
it
you
out.
were
like
a
it's nothing.
therapist?
I was.
oh
Yes,
my
for
god,
8 years.
what? That's so smart to have a therapist friend, then you don't have to pay.
Although weirdly, I therapize you more than you
Yeah.
therapize
Oh my
me.
god. She should invoice me. It's amazing. I'm always like, thanks.
Whoa.
Oh my god, I was about to
Invoice.
give some like advice that I thought was based in therapy. Now I don't want to do it.
Oh no, my god, I'm so out of the loop. Like,
Okay.
I thought of yours as old 90s therapy
Yeah.
speak.
yeah, I'm all like,
Lose weight.
yeah.
It's uncomfortable
like-
for people to see you in a big body.
I was taught to like shame people with eating disorders. It was just the thing.
90s
Just put on a
therapy.
chunky belt, everything will feel better. Yeah, nice.
A shame. Like, it was, I don't know if it works, but I thought it was quite interesting. It's like, write it out, like many different, like the negative thought, your negative thought, or what you're like ashamed of. But like, write it out in bubble writing, write it out in like pig Latin, write it out with your non-dominant hand. Just like, see how stupid it is. Like, writing
Then your
it
partner
down.
would have to find that and be like, something's gone wrong.
Burn it immediately.
Burn after
Burn it
reading.
immediately.
Okay, burn, burn, burn.
Immediately
Reading,
burn the
yeah.
journal.
Okay, sorry.
Obviously, you're already crazy. You're doing a self-compassion journal. Obviously, start fires and balconies. Like, enjoy yourself.
I'm sorry, but very traumatic stuff in bubble lettering is hilarious.
That is quite
Like,
funny.
that is
It
great.
is, but also like it's weird when you're writing it out because you're like.
Also, I'm like, I can't remember what exactly happens in the brain, but I know that when you write something down, it's a different process than even speaking it, and so it is.
I'm really good
I'm
at
a big
bubble
fan
writing
of
as
that.
well.
Not when
No,
you're
no,
not.
I'm
They
the
don't give you
best.
enough space in the journal. You only get like
Do you
4
connect?
lines.
I just go on to
connect?
another piece. Yes, I do, and I do
me
like
too.
it comes over the top and it goes
Oh
behind.
my god, we should have a bubble off.
Yeah, we should.
I want
W,
you.
you are now invited to a bubble off.
Hope
Does that make you feel better?
Well, if you live in London, W, so do we. Let's make this happen.
Oh my god.
I feel like that's
Where's
not,
good for you?
Imagine that's how we dealt with every traumatic letter we got in, was being like, we can meet you on Wednesday for bubble writing.
In the only place that we go in London, the Burger King in Leicester Square.
Also, W, I do think before you do all of this, before you write down what you want to say and tell him for all the right reasons and like try not to punish yourself about shame and all of the rest, I reckon give yourself a huge well bloody done, because you actually did the hard part already, which was like getting yourself at 24 out of that situation.
Oh my god, yeah.
Back over across the world,
Yeah.
restarted your life twice, and have like centered your own joy in that new life. So this stuff's like, you can do this stuff. This stuff's a piece of piss compared to everything you've
You
done
know
already.
what you did there, Catherine? You watered W's compassionate voice.
What?
I'm very into self-compassion journaling at the moment.
Why are you
But
touching me so much?
you-
You're so handsy when you're
you just
compassionate.
did. because I'm hugging all of us right now. I'm hugging and holding us.
Thank
But
you.
you've just said to W what their compassionate voice should be saying to themselves, and by doing that, you've nurtured their compassionate voice, and like a plant, you've watered it. Yeah, I'm doing a bit too much therapy
No, I
at the
like
moment.
it.
It's
Yeah,
possibly
well.
the silence
I like
really
it.
cut
Twice
through.
a week or something?
No, down once a week.
Down
I
to
think that's
one.
right. I think that's
I've
right.
gone down to one.
I think that's right.
I love it.
Yeah, we're no longer a team.
I love it.
I think that's for the best. I think that's for the best.
I think there
We
can
nailed
be
that
a real
problem.
superstition in relationships too when you've had the bad, that you feel like it's like a game of chess, and if you make the wrong move, you're going to sabotage this. And there's this fear here for her that if she speaks up about it, she's going to ruin this.
Yeah.
Because she's only had bad stuff before. So how do you hold on to something good? But you don't
Yeah.
owe him this information. This is your choice to share it. Whereas
Yeah.
that I hear that when you say, like, you don't have to say it. Sometimes
Yeah.
there's
And also, I think thinking about when to
validity
say it
and
as well, because
don't
like when
owe
you were
it.
saying about like writing it down, that feels very formal. I have a thing that I think when somebody sort of like says, "Can I talk to you?" I fucking shit myself.
Yeah.
I'm just like, are you fucking kidding? You want to talk to me? What do you want to
Yeah.
talk to me about? Or like if someone texts saying, "Can I call you?" And I'm like, what the fuck has happened? And so like, I remember the other day I went into the
Do you think you might be in flight or fight too much?
I mean, I don't know, but maybe.
What the fuck do you mean you want to call me?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Just thought it'd be easier than.
Yeah.
It is scary.
I do though. Like literally, if I will always go straight to if something is even slightly off. Like I went to the living room the other day and I said to Toby, I said, "Can you just pause the telly for a second?" And he paused it and he was like, "What has happened?" And I was like, "Oh no, I just wanted to know if you mind if I have the fish fingers." Like that's all I wanted, and I knew that he liked the show, so I wanted him to pause what he was watching, so he watched the show. But there was this weird thing.
Oh,
of
no,
like,
I know.
Did you get
I
the
get
fish
it.
finger? Finish the
Oh,
story.
of course I did. I had 6. He didn't want any of them.
Fucking bird's eye or own brand?
Bird's eye actually.
Slay.
Things are going pretty well.
In a sandwich or just as they are on a plate?
In a sandwich sourdough from the Dusty Knuckle.
Were
Stop
they
it. Butter or tartar sauce or both?
breadcrumbed or were they battered?
Breadcrumbs, butter, ketchup.
Awesome.
Ketchup.
But
Okay.
W, what I'm saying for your life.
Wow, that was so many more follow-up questions than we had about any of the
Yeah, but
crimes.
it's a sandwich. It's a sandwich.
Oh yeah, you got to find out everything about the
Have
sandwich.
you heard about the new fish finger sandwich from Mondo Sando in South London?
No.
Prepare to lose your fucking minds.
Go on.
Okay. It's only It's only you're looking at me.
Sorry,
like,
I was
no.
singing a song, an Irish song with the word Mondo in it.
Oh, that's nice.
Don't mind me, in my head.
It's a sandwich shop. They used to do a collaboration with a pub called the Grove Tavern in Camberwell, but now they've got their own standalone place. It's 2 doors down from Toad Bakery. Do you know Toad? Amazing bakery. They supply the
Unbelievable
bread
croissants.
in. Oh yeah, I brought them in once.
Yes, so
they were.
good.
It's incredible. But they do this fish finger sandwich. It is insane. Like the layers is like pillowy sourdough,
Yeah.
so not that hard one.
Yeah.
Proper. Oh my god, I'm literally dribbling. Proper chunky fish fingers,
Yeah.
fresh tartar sauce.
Oh.
I'll send you a link.
Yes.
Prepare to get on a bus. It's probably closed now because they just sell out immediately.
I don't want to get deported, but I
love that you
don't-
tapped your phone like I am ready.
It
to
might
look
be
at the
like to the
bus
point of
route.
being like, Hannah, should we just go now? Like,
Yeah,
maybe
maybe
we
we were like,
should.
forget the kid, let's go get fish fingers. I just don't
finger sandwich.
like tartar sauce.
What a thing to say!
Oh my god,
What
is
a
that
thing to
silence?
say.
What is that silence? What is that silence?
I
What's
don't know,
wrong
but
with
that
it?
just
What the
came
fuck
out
is
of
wrong
nowhere.
with it?
We're
I
talking
feel
about
like-
true crime and people's breakdowns. Why are you
I'm
bringing
sorry, I
that
just
into
don't
it?
like it, but can I tell you my best fish fingers sandwich story, please?
Yeah, and then we'll all go around and say our favourite fish finger
Okay,
sandwiches.
mine is this: Melbourne. There's an Asian shop that does just sandwiches out the window.
Which one?
It's oh actually no, may I tell
Did
a
we
lie?
go
It was
there?
Sydney. It was Sydney. I apologize. Because it was like a katsu sando shop.
Yes, we
Yes,
went there
so
and then
good.
took it back to the pool.
Oh my god! So milk
Yes.
bread. They cut off the crust.
Oh, nice.
They are doing panko coated fish
yeah.
fingers and a katsu curry sauce.
Whoa.
And it was fucking nerds. It was
That's
so
crazy.
good.
And it's not as heavy as you're thinking.
No, it
You
light
can
as a
still get in
feather.
the
I
pool
could have gone
immediately.
again. I don't
Yeah.
know if I actually
Get
have
in
to,
the
but I could have
pool
had another
immediately.
sandwich.
Yeah.
Fuck, it was delightful.
Wow.
That sounds really good. And if
Yeah.
you don't like tartar sauce, the fact that you can have katsu.
Oh,
What?
delish. I don't like tartar sauce. I really don't like it at all. But my god, I love curry sauce and
I
fish
can
and
understand not liking that. There's a lot going on in there.
There is quite a lot
There's
of
texture, there's tang.
Yeah, I don't
I
like
love
it.
it, but I can understand why you
I
wouldn't.
just
Also
like
curry.
wet in general, that's the thing.
No, me too. But curry sauce and mushy peas are my sides for fish and chips. Like,
See,
wanna
I
be
can't
clear.
do those two together.
I love it.
Not curry and mushy.
No.
Yes, please.
I didn't know about fish finger sandwiches till I moved here. I've learned so
Oh my
much
god,
from
I
you
thought
guys.
you just found out now. I was about to
No.
lose it.
But what's so great about them?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I got really angry towards
No,
you.
don't
I saw
worry,
you.
don't
You went
worry.
like I saw the white rage cross your face, and then it calmed down again. But
Alright.
it hasn't
Oh,
fully
no.
subsided.
Okay, sorry.
I
She
learned
told
that
me
the
about them.
first year I was here, and I've had
Yeah.
at least several
Agony
hundred a
ants.
year since.
Agony ants and then fish fingers. They told her, don't worry. Go on.
But what's so good about them as opposed to like the big fish, because that's the only kind, is that you get so much more of the fried stuff.
Yeah.
The surface area fried stuff. It's a beautiful thing.
It really is.
I don't like when they're too posh though. I like sort of
Right, yeah, yeah.
from the freezer.
Sure, your bog standard.
I've been known to have a salad cream one.
Ooh. No, I don't like salad cream.
See, I'd be open to that. I haven't had it, but I'm open to it. I'm not shutting you down.
It's not as good as a good tartar sauce,
No.
but
I also will
I'll
say
do it in a
this.
pinch.
Which fish fingers did you? Which
Bird's eye.
Bird's Eye have a very good
Potato.
gluten free. Yes, they do. But they also have a good, very good gluten free fish finger, which when I can't eat gluten is like a savior. Like actually
that's
feels
great.
like a replacement of the same thing. You don't feel like you're being cheated.
Yeah.
And I can just eat a whole box of
to
Amazon
know.
ketchup. So good.
Can you get sponsorship like after the fact?
For fish fingers.
I feel like we'd be like, we have this app coming out, and
Yeah,
Can
it's
I
very
ask-
fish
you're gonna
finger
push
heaven.
so many boxes.
Because I feel like the fish will be a no go.
Captain, the captain. We have to ask
Maybe
the captain.
Bird's Eye would. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bird's eye.
Yeah, we'll call the captain
Um,
himself.
Can I ask a personal
Oh,
question?
captain or captain.
Please.
Have either of you, since recording in this studio, gone to Johnny's Schnitzel place? I haven't been yet, and I'm
mean?
sick of being told about it. There's a Schnitzel sandwich bar, like not too far from here, and it's like always on the top, like 50 sandwiches in London
I'm
list. Do you not on the
interested.
top? You don't read the top
Wow.
50
Top 50
sandwiches.
is too many.
No, not when you think about like it's not top 50 sandwich places. Top 50 sandwiches. It's different. You're
You mean
no.
sandwiches?
Yeah, sandwiches. So not like a place that does lots of different sandwiches. Like one of the places could have 10 sandwiches in it.
Sandwiches.
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 Am I saying it wrong? Sandwiches.
Well, you were saying Sam, as in the guy Sam.
sandwiches.
Yeah.
Sorry, Catherine.
No, and you mustn't be sorry, but I just clarifying. But that's also just fun to say sandwiches. while you say
Sandwiches.
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 Is this the kind of
Sandwiches.
the content you were expecting from us?
No, but you haven't been to it?
No.
It's like a proper like freshly made schnitzel, flattened, battered, fried, fresh lemon on top of it,
Oh.
homemade slaw.
You've
like,
not
nice
been,
and
but you know
crunchy.
this level
Yeah,
of
I've watched the
detail.
video so many. Anyone need any sandwich information? I'd love to step up and help out. But I keep thinking about it. I still haven't been, and my housemate is obsessed with sandwiches.
Can you
and
go
he always talks
today?
about it. No, I've got a gig tonight.
Yeah, that sounds like one where you'd need to lie down.
It's
after.
a sleep
Yeah.
one
You
for
couldn't.
me.
You couldn't stay awake after that.
No.
Could
If
you
I
get
come
it
not
and
allowed
then you
pasta
did
at
it- you
You
could-
could.
lunchtime.
I'm so impressed by what you can have before a show.
Yeah, I had
And
like
not fall
steak,
asleep.
macaroni, cheese, and rice.
A whole pizza.
before.
She'll eat a
And then
whole
when
pizza.
it's
I'll eat a whole
stage.
pizza before I go on
Yeah.
stage.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so sleepy.
I actually prefer to go on stage full. I know that makes me very rare, but
That is rare.
I just panic that I'm going to get hungry up there.
Yes, and then you'll forget your words and you'll get fighty.
Yeah, I think
and
you can really tell I come from a famine culture. I'm like, what'll I do for the hour?
And here
I'm
comes up the
starving.
famine. Here we go. Here we couldn't
I had
just
2 minutes
enjoy
to the
ourselves.
end. Why can't you just...
Sorry, we're sorry. Say sorry.
Sorry.
Sorry about it.
Thank
I
you.
said
You should be
sorry.
Yeah,
Just
you
be-
don't have
just
to
in
be
case.
sorry. I don't think.
Good.
Does she?
Well, she could be a little bit. Here's
Okay.
my question.
I feel like, well, a lot of y'all came to our place,
Yeah,
and we
to be
weren't
fair,
as
you
nice
guys-
to
you
you
guys-
as we could have been. So I'm sorry for
Oh
that.
no! Why? Why not nice?
No dogs, no blacks, no Irish. Did you see
Oh
the sign?
yeah, sorry.
Right?
Sorry.
Yeah, not a great time for
Not a
us.
good
Yeah.
time.
And
So-
you made great police people, so we should have.
That's
No.
such an insult.
But
Wait.
Let's
But
just
there
remember
were so
sandwiches.
many.
That make us feel
My
good at the
question is
end.
this: why can't you go to the Schnitzel sandwich place, grab the sandwich, bring it to your gig, and eat it after?
Come on.
Oh, you need it fresh.
I'm not doing. Yeah.
You
This
want it
is like
hot.
freshly fried. I'd need to do it after next time we record. Is that next week? I need to go immediately, eat it on the street like a wild
Do
dog.
they not have a table?
And then all good sandwich places don't have tables. It's one of those weird things. Apart from Mondo Sando.
They do have tables.
They do have tables.
Okay.
Outside though, and do fill up very quickly. But eat it outside like a wild dog, immediately on bussy, straight into pajamas when I get home, but like not even moving, like Wallace and Gromit putting on pajamas style, straight in bed, sleep it off. 20 hours later, roll out.
Well, guys, this has been Drunk Hogs.
Can I just say
We
that
hope you've
Amanda, I think it was
enjoyed-
Amanda audibly at the end of your sentence just went,
Amazing. It does sound amazing. I'll also say it's nice to end a drunk podcast with a hangover cure.
Right.
Perfect.
Oh, lovely.
Very
Done and
nice.
done.
I love sandwiches.
They're the best things ever.
Yeah, you guys have got it right in America with
Thank
sandwiches.
you. That's
Yeah,
the
I
only
agree.
thing we get right.
We agree.
Sandwiches.
But you do them
That-
well.
And
Nope, that's it.
Beauty pageants. Did we say that?
No, those aren't good.
No, I wouldn't say
No,
that.
no.
I like Broadway. Nice thing to
I
say.
do that pretty well.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah. But a
Cheers.
lot of other things very wrong
Very
over there.
bad.
Horrible.
Yeah,
And with
yeah.
that, it has been such a pleasure.